Hey, 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 it's your boy Ehud. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Man, I just pray all is well with you. I just pray that things are wonderful. And I just pray that you're making life changing moves that is going to launch your life off into a career that is going to really blossom. Hey, Patricia, that is really going to blossom and that is really going to get you cranked off and started into a whole new realm of living because man, times now, and we don't have time to be playing these games with life. And we're gonna have to really start making some critical moves and critical decisions. And I wanna talk to you for a minute and just be sort of shall I say transparent with you and see where we can go from here, you know. Hey, prophetess, how are you? How are you, darling? Good to see you. I just want to speak for a few minutes as far as life, and I want to talk some real stuff. And what I want to speak on is make it count. Whatever move you make in life, cause man, man, we have to admit that we have gotten of age now. Man, we up there in age. We don't have time to play games. We just don't. We just don't. We don't have time to play games. Seeing a lot of moves that we make, they really hinder us. They really hinder our lives from moving forward, and we be struggling all the time. And I'm not just talking about finances. I'm talking about we struggle in relationships. Man, we struggle in just being consistent. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Man, we struggle in being consistent with productivity. And a lot of times we just be being busy and not being productive at all. And we go around the same cycle that the children of Israel went around. And it took them forever to get to where they had to go to. And we can look at our own life and like, man, I could have been so far ahead by now. But we keep bumping our head against, watch this here, the same wall. It ain't even a different wall. It's the same. Lord, help us today, Jesus. It's the same wall. The same stuff we go to. And man, look, this stuff, see, the scripture speaks about leaving an inheritance to your children's children. A good man leaving an inheritance to the children's children. A lot of the inheritance, watch this, that have been brought down to us. We taking that same inheritance to the next generation and so on. And it's like a revolving, and it got to stop somewhere. And we got to stop making the same moves. Watch this. That our ancestors made. We got to stop making the same moves, the same bad moves that our fathers and mothers and grandfathers and grandmothers made, our uncles and aunties, all of them made these bad choices in life, and this stuff done trickled down to us, and now we find ourselves making the same bad choices, and it's just a never-ending cycle. But we got to stop, and we got to, from this point on, the moves we make them count. And we got to make these moves count because, man, slippers count. And when we steady doing the same thing, we getting the same results. And we steady praying to God, and God is saying, you got to make it count. We got to make some moves that's going to count. We got to stop doing the stuff we got to stop leaving one bad relationship, and then we'll go right into another relationship. Watch this. with the same issues we just left the previous one. These moves, we got to make them count because this stuff here is a hindrance not to only our life, but the folks that's coming up. Hey, Tiffany, how are you, beautiful? We got to make it count. We got to get some move. This is why we go from church to church, from job to job, from relationship to relationship, from business deal to business deal. Watch this, from failure to failure. And because the moves, a lot of times that we make, they are not set down and pondered in our hearts, and we have not did what Jesus said, like count up the cost, and we really have not put our full focus. Hey, Sheila. Hey, beautiful. And we have not put up our focus on the situation at hand and evaluated it, and we have not really checked out the cans, the can'ts, the wills, the wants, the do's, the don'ts, and we just go into stuff gung-ho off, watch this, blind, goofy faith. It ain't even faith, it's foolishness. And we find ourselves in the same issue, and a lot of time it be so embarrassing that we don't even want to tell folks, and we just stay in it so we can try to hope it works. Try to hope it works. And I'm like, man, I'm talking from experience. And we got to start making our move. The moves that we be making now from this point on, we got to make them count. Because this stuff is playing a major role in our overall life, our health, and everything. See, we got to make stuff count to where it's for the betterment for our life, and watch this, for the people that's coming out there. What type of legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to leave a legacy to where they say, oh, they've been in and out of this here. They've been in and out of this here. Oh, they worked a job. Or they kept a job. They did this here. Or they went to that job and went to... Man. Oh, they've been married 6 and 7 times. And man, we got to make stuff count for productivity, for positiveness. We got to make stuff count. We got to make it count. This is why we be going from church to church. Because we go to these churches and we hear some scripture and some pastor done slung it, and now your emotions done went to an all-out high. You ain't thought about nothing. See, that's why we got to wait. We got to wait. We got to sit back and wait and count up the cost. Because the next move, make it count. Gotta make it count. We got to. We got to make it count because life is serious. And watch this. Life is not going to wait on our pity parties. Life is not going to wait on our struggles. Life is not going to wait on our broken relationship. Life is not going to wait on our inconsistencies. Life is going to do what it has been created to do, and that is to continue to form, watch this, in forward progress. And life is going to go forward whether we go forward or not. Life is going to keep moving. Life has one gear, forward. Life has one speed, consistency. And life is going to keep on in those two realms no matter what we do. And it's going to get to a point, if we don't start making moves to make them count, that we're going to find ourselves trying to catch up with life. And as we're aging now, as we can see, the longer we wait, the harder it is to catch up with that caboose, with that train that's steady moving forward, going to next levels. And it's going to be hard to get the next levels when we steady making moves that are constantly keeping us on the same level we own, or watch this here, or we're constantly making moves that are decreasing the levels. We're going to have to make some moves and make them count so that we can live a life that can watch us here. Hey, Albert. Hey, my brother. So that we can actually have a life that other people can look at and be transformed. Who are we transforming? What type of transforming are you doing to people? Are you transforming them into another you? Or do you want them to be transformed into a better you? I mean, we got to be transforming people's lives way better now. And the only way that we can transform people's lives in a positive direction, we got to have some positive harvest coming from our own lives. You cannot expect for people. See, this is why I be talking to the men a lot. When we always somehow, yeah, man, I'm the head. Yeah, I'm the head of the house. Yeah, I'm the head of the family. Man, I understand that. I get that. But we cannot expect people to allow us to lead them into destruction. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I pity a woman who submits to a man that's leading her and the children into destruction. Hey, sis, love you, baby. I pity the woman that submits to a man that leads her and the children into destruction. I pity that. I pity that. Because her heart is good and all that there, but life cares nothing about that. Life is moving forward. And I'm telling you, we got to make some serious moves. Look, man, we gonna have to actually sit down and actually, when we get in relationships, man, we gonna have to examine this woman, man. See, they done been told to examine us and all this shit. Man, look, I don't care nothing about a big booty, a big breast, and all this sexy stuff she got on. No, man, look, what's she working with, player? Man, I'm trying to help us. What's she working with? What can she bring to the table? The next move we make, men, the next move you make in a relationship, make it count. Hey, cuz, what's happening? Make it count. Don't just get up with no woman, man, because she look good and she your type, and you think God done sent. Oh, you better ask God. No, player. I'm trying to help us, men. See, they done taught the women how, well, you need to check him out and do it. No, man, you check her out. Man, when you going to these jobs, man, check the job out. Check it out. We got to make stuff count. We got to stop going in and out of stuff. We doing too much stuff. We got our hands in too much stuff, and none of it is prospering. You know that old saying that the people say, what is it? When they say that they master of none. You know, they do all the traits, but they master of none. That means that you just not being productive. That just means you're not being productive. It's not a good thing to have your hand in all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. And none of it is productive. It's just being busy. The moves we make, we got to make them count. Man, we got to get single-minded so that we can start getting stuff in our life and actually getting it going. Hey, Roxanne, how are you? Man, we got to start getting stuff going on a positive road. On a positive road, man, because life is not going to wait on us. This is why we got to be careful about the church we get connected to. Really. We got to be careful about the church we get into. We got to be careful about the relationship we get into. We got to be careful about the jobs we get into. We got to be careful about the people that we connect ourselves to. Really. We got to be careful, and we got to make our moves count. We got to stop doing this. We got to be careful about the people that we take advice from. We got to be careful about the people that we sit up under and actually want them to advise us. Man, we got to be careful. Just like in the church now, you have people talking about spiritual mother and spiritual father. Man, you better be careful with that. I be careful with that. No, we got to make them count. We got to be careful about the people that we gonna say that we gonna spend the rest of our life with. We got to make it count. We got to be careful. It's time to grow up so we can get some substance in our life, so we can stop just going around the same thing. I'm talking to somebody. I know I'm talking to me. I might just be talking to myself. I don't know. But I'm telling you, we got to do some stuff to make it count. I got to do some stuff to make it count. Can't just be doing the same thing over and over again. And see, that's that saying and saying, jack of all trades, master of none. You just being busy, you got your hand in everything. Ain't accomplished nothing. You can look back on your life and like, how many of y'all can sit back right now and look at your life? I mean, and don't be condemned. This should convict you, strong conviction to where you say, you know what, Lord, I'm done. I'm done playing games with me. From this point on, J Boogie, from this point on, Jesus Christ, just like you told your daddy in the Garden of Gethsemane, nevertheless, let it be your will, not mine. I have decided, and it just came down on me. It just came down where I woke up yesterday and I said, Jesus, whatever moves you want in my life, I'm all for it. I'm done, Jesus. I'm done. Do you, man. Don't do you, man. Do you, Jesus. Whatever it is, because we going to have to really trust. We're going to have to really trust these moves that we make in our life. Hey, Desire, how are you? We really going to have to trust these moves. We going to have to stop making moves that do not count. We're going to have to stop it. We'll look up and we 60, 70, 80 years old and haven't accomplished nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. A life just wasted. It's a slap in the face to God. It's a slap in the face of Jesus for everything he went through for us to enjoy this life. Jesus told us over in John 10:10 to be part. He said, I've come that you may have life and enjoy life in an abundance, in the full, to the overflow. Hey, James. Hey, my brother. And when we look at our life, are we really enjoying that life in an abundance, in the full, to the overflow? We got to start making things count so that we can actually live in an abundance, in the full, to the overflow, and enjoy life. We got to stop going around the same issues and spending our whole life the same issues. Same issue. This is not condemning. This thing has convicted me strongly. And I'm like, Lord, I want the next level. turn the thing over to you, Jesus. My life, you said, is not my own no more. Go ahead. Do you. Do you. Some of us going to have to really, and now when we do this here, it's going to be scary because a lot of stuff that we do now, God will tell us, stop it. Stop it. And we'll think it's good, but God says, stop it. Because it's not giving forward progress to the future. And God wants us to live in an abundant life. God wants us to enjoy life. That's what he created this world, for us to live an abundant life. And we got to stop. The moves we got to make them count. We got to stop. Aren't you tired of struggling? Aren't you tired of being sick and going to the hospital? Aren't you tired of being in different relationships? Aren't you tired of going from job to job? Aren't you tired of doing this and that? Aren't you tired of just going through the same issue, the same one? Aren't you tired of not having no power? Aren't you tired of not having no finances? Aren't you tired of not having no choices? Aren't you tired of not being able to enjoy life? Aren't you tired of going on vacation only to have to come back to work harder to pay bills? Aren't you tired of just living from check to check? Aren't you tired of struggling? Aren't you tired of going from church to church? Aren't you tired of being angry at the church? Aren't you tired of being church? Aren't you tired of being deceived by the church? Aren't you tired of being deceived by yourself? Aren't you tired? I know I am. I know I am. And I just said, Lord, from this point on, man, do you in me, and we gonna make this thing ride, man. Do you in me, and I'm gonna enjoy the journey, because I want to live an awesome life. We have to stop making moves that don't mean anything. It's a waste of life. From this point on, let's make a decree. Let's make a prophecy. Let's make a declaration that from this point on, every move we make, we're going to make it count. And from this point on, those moves that we made that did nothing but stagnate us, we make it a memorial for the devils. We make it a memorial. I make this a memorial for you. No more will I do those foolish things anymore. No more. From this point on is forward progress for next level living. I will not make those moves anymore. From this point on, every move I make it count. It's your boy, Eryk. Make it count. And I'm out. Peace.